We covered what's happening with the Haitian immigrants in the country, and we know for a fact those folks are not in the country illegally. Yet JD Vance, Donald Trump's Republican running mate, continues to insist that they are. And if you want to see racism on display, watch this.
Hi, Senator. Mia McCarthy with Politico. Question for you about the Haitian migrants in Springfield. So I know you've talked a lot about how we need to deport illegal aliens, but I wanted to ask you, the majority of the Haitians in Springfield came under TPS, so they are here legally. And I know you've expressed a lot of your issues with the TPS program and wanting to change that under a Trump-Vance administration. But I guess my question for you is, if you become the vice president under a Trump administration, what will you guys do about the migrants that are already there, since they did arrive legally? And a follow-up to that, if you plan to deport them, how would you do that legally?
Well, look, this is a media and Kamala Harris fact check that I want to clarify and clear up right now. And here's now, the media loves to say that the Haitian migrants, hundreds of thousands of them, by the way, 20,000 in Springfield, but hundreds of thousands of them all across our country, they are here legally. And what they mean is that Kamala Harris used two separate programs, mass parole and temporary protective status. She used two programs to wave a wand and to say, we're not going to deport those people here. Well, if Kamala Harris waves the wand illegally and says these people are now here legally, I'm still going to call them an illegal alien. An illegal action from Kamala Harris does not make an alien legal. That is not how this works.
So he's lying. The reality is the actions of the Biden administration wasn't illegal. They are here legally, and Senator JD Vance knows it, and he is pushing this racist trope to stoke white fear in Ohio and other places. Candace?
All making it up as you go along. This is what we're seeing now. They did it with the Haitians when HIV/AIDS was rampant. And they said that Haitians were the hotbed of where AIDS was happening. Hitler did it with the Jews, saying that they were carrying certain diseases and bringing it to the masses. This is a man that's following a playbook that we have already seen. And he's making it up as he goes along because this is the only scapegoat that he has. He's playing with the journalists and the media, saying, go check out this story. And when journalists check out the story, they make it a bigger story where people's homes have to be evacuated and schools and festivals have to be evacuated, and then blaming that on the Haitians when this is a problem that he created. It's a distraction. It's a part of their strategy. They do it pretty well because we always end up at this same point, kind of talking about this nonsense, but it all looks the same. It's just different words, same tune. People need to really fact check. They need to do their homework to understand what all of this means. And when they don't, that is the problem. The other problem is that we are a community and a world and the United States of America where we just don't know our neighbors. We don't have people that look like him that actually know Haitians on a large scale personally in order to displace the fear that you have. If that happened, if we didn't live in this systematic racial society, we would know our neighbors a little better and we wouldn't be scared. But that's not how we have America set up. We have it so that we live separate lives, separate ways, so that they can invoke and instill fear. And that is what's going on.
Kwame, here's what the Wall Street Journal reported today. A Vance spokesperson on Tuesday provided the Wall Street Journal with a police report in which a resident had claimed the pet might have been taken by Haitian neighbors. But when a reporter went to Anna Kilgore's house Tuesday evening, she said her cat, Miss Sassy, which went missing in late August, had actually returned a few days later, found safe in her own basement.
We all know that he is telling a bold-faced lie to stoke fears and resentment in Ohio voters, which he actually represents. The people he is persecuting right now, he represents that state. That includes the Haitian immigrants. That includes the longtime Ohio residents. Vice President Harris was interviewed by the National Association of Black Journalists just a few days ago and told a very powerful, humanizing story. She talked about how one of the young kids at one of these schools where a bomb threat was called in Springfield, Ohio, was on their way to picture day at school. A young kid, we all know the pride that you have in picture day. You're going to line up with all your friends. They're all going to be part of the team. We're all going to be in this class together. That student was not allowed to go to school along with hundreds and thousands of others because of the 30 or more bomb threats that have been called in to the Springfield, Ohio schools. So we are at mission critical right now in terms of this fear, and we are 1 inch away from this turning into an act of violence against this community that we all will regret. So this just boils me beyond, because this is a story that has always been part of the American stories. When the Italians showed up, when the Irish showed up, when the Germans showed up, all those waves of immigrants who've gone through this, and there's always going to be some bumps in the road, but this is a situation where, for one reason, because of race, because of that being a differentiating point for the Haitian community, that we continue to be stuck, and JD Vance thinks that he's winning on this particular issue. It is disgusting.
In 2016, Donald Trump said he would choose only the best people to work in his White House. Now those people have a warning for America. Trump is not fit to be president again. Here's his vice president.
Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be president of the United States. It should come as no surprise that I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year.
His defense secretary.
Do you think Trump can be trusted with the nation's secrets ever again?
No. I mean, it's just irresponsible action that places our service members at risk, places our nation's security at risk.
His national security advisor.
Donald Trump will cause a lot of damage. The only thing he cares about is Donald Trump.
And the nation's highest-ranking military officer.
We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Take it from the people who knew him best. Donald Trump is a danger to our troops and our democracy. We can't let him lead our country again.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.